everyone, and welcome back to Shrey FC. I hope you all are well and you're good. You all are having great days. And Premier League season is just 6 days away, man. Who could have thought the season would be so near? We all were chanting Caicedo and everything, and transfer rumors were going on. And it's time to preview Chelsea season ahead. And who better one than to talk with Ankit Bhai from Almighty Blues FC, Almighty Sports Plus. If you have not subscribed, Ankit Bhai has reached 10k today. Congrats to Ankit Bhai, big milestone. Please, people, if you have not subscribed, I don't know why. Have you still not? Go there and subscribe. How are you, Ankit Bhai, and how are you doing?
Great, obviously. कहीं ना कहीं I think it was destiny, Shrey. I think probably यहाँ 10 के बात हो रही है. I think Shrey is one of the very few people in the entire community. In fact, मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. And I know Chelsea perspective is your right timing. Chelsea perspective, Shrey, these are two people who were there with me when I was not even 100 subs. And I repeat it, 100 subs. And that is when they have been supporting me. And again, it's just a small, very battle. It's a huge way to go. लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं we do all the conversations क्यों होता है हमारा क्यों होता है क्योंकि we like to speak about football. And again, great to be back talking about Chelsea, talking with Shrey, and of course Chelsea perspective in this chat.
So big everyone. First of all, people do go and subscribe to Chelsea Perspective as well. Some great channel. So great content by there as well. So big up to Chelsea Perspective. And Manchester fan here from the yesterday disappointment, brother. And kaise Chelsea walo? I believe we are good, but Caicedo is making us angry. So I think Ankit Bhai, I think the first topic we should start today is going on transfer season that we had so far. We have most probably, you can say the big signing we have made is Nicolas Jackson, Disasi, and we have gone for Nkunku, but that was already signed. And then Robert Sanchez was already signed caicedo. Ankit Bhai, what do you make of Chelsea's transfer window so far, and how the transfer window has gone for Chelsea? And if you had to give a rating or grade, what will you give to Chelsea window so far?
मतलब again, jury is out वाला मामला है, so I don't think that we can conclude it's been a very good season in terms of the transfers because there are players who need to prove it in the Premier League level. Doing it in pre-season, doing it in the previous clubs is fine, but like obviously यहाँ पर I'm referring to Nicolas Jackson in particular. He's looked really impressive. Not gonna lie, Villarreal, of course, last few months I had seen some of the few games, some of the big games that he played, but again that doesn't tell you कि यार do we have that team जो top 4 की बात करते हैं ना, are we there? नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता है वो है for a guarantee. तो but again at the same time we all forget Nkunku नया है. I know उड़ती खबर आ रही है कि he's, if I'm not wrong, injured potentially for a couple of months. Again, people do not go by one or two clicks, but it's not a coincidence that same day में we are getting news that we are restarting a conversations with Juventus and Vlahovic camp. So I think there is something there, no smoke without fire. So Malo Gusto, Nkunku, of course, Andre Santos also is like a new signing. Cassidy, I know he's going on loan, but at least for pre-season, at least he was a new signing. Again, pretty sure Nicolas Jackson has stood out. Ian Marston is almost like a new signing for the senior team. So overall, मैं बोलता हूँ, I am like content. One glaring thing that you all knew, especially जब हम मेसन माउंट, एंगोलो कांटे, काई हैवर्ट्स और कोवाचिच एक विंडो में हम लूज करते हैं, वी एक्सपेक्ट नॉट जस्ट एंड्रे सैंटोस टू कम इन मिडफील्ड, एटलीस्ट वन मोर या दो और पोटेंशियली टू कम इन. वो जो चीज है, ऑब्वियसली काइसेडो वाला मामला है, अगर वो हो जाता तो व्हाई नॉट ब्रिंग इट ऑन, राइट? लेकिन बिकॉज दैट हैज नॉट हैपेंड एज ऑफ येट, आई वुड से it could be like an 8 out of 10. I'll give it like maybe close to 7 out of 10 right now.
Fully agreed, by, and I do believe the same. I think the sales that Ankit Bhai we have made and the money we have generated and getting a lot of toxic element out of the dressing room, I think was necessary. But I do agree. I believe for me it will be a 8 out of 10 rating if you can get Caicedo. But if you don't get Caicedo, I think it has to be a 7 or 6 because the expectation for me then will have to be tempered, and I think then we have to understand that a midfield is not at the level. As much as I love watching Santos, like he's such a nice midfielder, casted eye, but Premier League and pre-season is different. Like that's where we have to temper expectation. Liverpool on the first day has, my brother asked here, as a Liverpool fan, what kind of game should we expect on Sunday at the Bridge? Ankit Bhai, like on Liverpool match, I think it won't be a boring nil-nil. I think it could easily be a 2-3.
भाई मेरे चेहरे पर वो smoke, why did you see? Because I think this time is like, I think we all can be safe in telling that both the teams will play a little bit carefully compared to other matches, especially since it's the first match of the season. But if you remember, was it the last season or the season before that? It's been so long that we lost Tuchel, na? कि हम सोचते हैं कि यार व्हाट इज दिस, बट 1-1 वेयर अलोंसो was there and I think Havertz scored.
I think yeah, it was at Anfield in 2021.
ओके भाई, मुझे लगता है कि ना टूकल वाज देयर लास्ट सीजन, तो मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया, बट बेसिकली स्पीकिंग इट बी दैट काइंड ऑफ अ गेम आई फील। ऐसे भी नहीं कि बहुत सारे गोल्स आएंगे, बट देयर विल बी गोल्स। मुझे लगता है मतलब इट्स अ पॉसिबिलिटी, मैं चाहता नहीं एक और ड्रॉ हो जाए, बट आई एम सीइंग इट कुड बी लाइक अ 2-2 ड्रॉ, मे बी लिटिल बिट मोर देन 1-1 जो हुआ था उस समय।
I think Ankit, who will forget the draw where we were 2-0 down? Pulisic just blasted Stamford Bridge into the atmosphere. The way ground was
Yeah,
shaking.
it could be that. Again, it's crucial that yes, of course, Liverpool also have an issue when it comes to defensive midfield especially. लेकिन आप देखो तो दोनों ही टीम्स का द विंग्स इज समथिंग दैट बोथ द टीम पॉच बॉल वी ऑल नो ही डिपेंड्स ऑन द फुल बैक्स बिग टाइम, इफ नॉट द फुल बैक एटलीस्ट वन विंगर राइट, हु इज वाइड, वन विंगर इज काइंड ऑफ नैरो। तो वो होता है द टैक्टिक काइंड ऑफ सूट्स प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट लिवरपूल। व्हाई? बिकॉज स्विच ऑफ प्ले इज इजी, और स्विच ऑफ प्ले में बिकॉज लिवरपूल में वी ऑल नो ट्रेंट इज ब्यूटीफुल वंडरफुल गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू डिफेंडिंग we all know that's an issue, or Konate has to cover him. So I can see a lot of tactical what's say mistakes coming in as well during the match, and that's something that maybe will be the answer to the the final scoreline. But I genuinely believe 0-0. I hope I'm right, and I know we don't see a 0-0. As in, come on, I'm tired of the 0-0s
Ankit, we
and
have waited two
Liverpool.
long months, and I don't want to see a 0-0. We waited two long months for Premier League to come back. And seeing Mudryk Jackson combine score goals, at least we want to see Chelsea score goals. Last season, when I used to be an Ankit Bhai watch along, it always used to be half time 0-0s, 1-0 loss, 1-0 loss, 2-1 loss. At least I think we deserve a 2-2, 3-2, 3-3 for the torture we suffered last season, Ankit Bhai, and hopefully we see a high scoring match. And big up to Utkarsh Bhai, Chelsea and Brighton back into direct talk as expected for Caicedo deal. We'll come later in the video on Moses Caicedo because we have a lot of ranting to do in that regards. And big up, bro, absolutely big up. And Mudryk is also like a new signing. Absolutely agreed. And coming on to Ankit Bhai Mudryk as well. Ankit Bhai, what do you think about Mudryk? Like, is he really feeling you like a new signing?
Well, you can say that, Utkarsh. Yeah, definitely you can say that Mudryk feels like a new signing. Why? Because we all forget. Matlab, it's easy, especially if an opposition fan. You exactly know what I'm saying, and even Utkarsh would know, being a CSC fan. Actually speaking, Mudryk did not have, like, say, rest period, or he wasn't ready per se, even last season when he came. In fact, जो pre-season बोलते हैं, the season there, I think Shakhtar kind of was in on a break. It was a lengthy break, और फिर वो आया था चेल्सी में। तो चेल्सी में, because there was a World Cup year, we did not see that transition happening, which probably he deserved it. Plus, you can also argue that Potter and Lampard were not totally sold, or let's be real, he is raw. I'm not going to say it's a French article, wow. Lekin, we have seen that in Champions League football that he's played much better than what he did in the few appearances in the EPL. So that means he has a next level to go and beyond if Poch can get him. So I think now that he's got a pre-season, even in this pre-season, मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि यार we did not say utilize him totally. इन अ स्ट्रेंज सेंस इट माइट बी, जैसे उत्कर्ष बोल रहे हैं ना, जैसे न्यू साइनिंग वाला चीज है, मे बी पॉच वांट्स टू गिव दैट सरप्राइज एलिमेंट टू एन ऑपोजिशन, मे बी जस्ट सेइंग।
Absolutely, Ankit Bhai. And Caicedo now हो गया कल ही फ्रांस से हो गया ब्रो। अगर Caicedo नहीं आता तो Amrabat is good question. I think he is hell bent on going to United. He loves Ten Hag. Amrabat will
नहीं,
go to
आज
United.
ब्रेकिंग
Like,
न्यूज वहां भी है, जैद का सही है बात एक्चुअली, कहीं ना कहीं इट कुड बी अ थ्री वे टाई नाउ। तो अमराबाद के लिए सऊदी तो जा ही रही थी, आई नो ही इज प्रेफरिंग यूनाइटेड ओवर सऊदी, नो टू वेज अबाउट इट। बट आज ये भी है, आई नो दे माइट ऑल्सो नॉट विन द बैटल, लेकिन यूवेंटस का इंटरेस्ट स्ट्रांग है। व्हाई? बिकॉज केसी हैज गॉन टू सऊदी, यूवेंटस का फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस फॉर केसी, एंड नाउ दे आर गोइंग फॉर अमराबाद, हुज अ प्रॉपर डीएम इन फैक्ट। मैं एक्चुअली कमेंट से अग्री करता हूँ। He's not definitely in anywhere close to what we want in a Caicedo. Caicedo is more dynamic. बंदा actually different positions ले सकता है while in gameplay. वो चीज Amrabat is not much. Plus उसका passing range is lesser than Caicedo. ठीक है? But in terms of strength, in terms of body strength, in terms of height, in my opinion, like, correct me if I'm wrong, or in terms of एक sitting midfielder, probably sometimes वो भी चाहिए होता है, जैसे Bakaleli in the days, you remember Shrey, how he used to give us. I know I'm not comparing, लेकिन in position wise I'm saying. तो it might give Enzo a little bit more license, और Enzo का हमने देखा है, when he gets a little bit more license, be it with Argentina or a few Chelsea games, उसका परफॉर्मेंस थोड़ा बेटर रहा है। And I can see that, जो Fabregas tha at Chelsea under Conte, that kind of element Enzo could do. But again, quality, I can understand. Caicedo being Premier League proven, we want to go for that. Or dynamism is what he wants. Poch, thoda surprise element he likes. So he likes both his DMs to be a little bit more dynamic. So I get that.
Absolutely agree, Ankit bhai. And for me, I believe Chelsea are going for Tyler Adams, and I think for a young player, Tyler Adams for 20 million can do a lot good for us. I believe because he's a fantastic player. As much as I saw Lee's last season, the guy is a fantastic interceptor. But I will love Caicedo and Tyler Adams. Like we can have both of them, but we can't just have one of them. I believe,
Oh
especially
yeah,
Tyler
sure,
Adams. If
sure.
Tyler Adams,
नहीं टाइलर आई एग्री टाइलर एडम्स देखो अच्छा प्लेयर है आई नो ही इज कैप्टन द यूएस एंड ऑल दैट लाइप्सिग में भी खेला है कहीं ना कहीं लाइप्सिग का कनेक्शन लेट्स बी रियल लीड्स का तो खैर देखा ही हमने लेकिन आई थिंक लाइप्सिग का कनेक्शन है वो रियल एलिमेंट वही है देन पॉइंट बीइंग कि यार आई डोंट थिंक टाइलर एडम्स इज कमिंग इन एज अ शॉर्ट स्टार्टर टाइलर एडम्स इज अ प्लान बी तो वो एक बंदा है जो उसके लेग्स ही हैज गुड लेग्स ऑन हिम काफी कवर करता है पिच का एरिया विच काइसेडो इज वेरी नोन फॉर इनफैक्ट तो टाइलर एडम्स हैज दैट थिंग लेकिन उसका जो है ना ज्यादा लीड्स वाला सिस्टम है जैसे रोड रनर टाइप से वी ऑल मतलब वी काइंड ऑफ फन मेक फन ऑफ गैलेगर लेकिन समटाइम्स नो यू नीड दैट इन मिडफील्ड एज वेल लेकिन क्या मैं उसके कंपेयर कर सकता हूँ विद एन आम्रबात और काइसेडो नो ही इज अ प्लान सी ऑलमोस्ट तो वो क्योंकि 20 मिलियन का है रेलिगेशन रिलीज क्लॉज एंड द फैक्ट इज इट्स अ यूएस इंटरनेशनल सो जर्सीज में ऑब्वियसली हेल्प करेगा लेट्स बी रियल तो आई थिंक इट्स नॉट अ बैड डील और विद सम प्रीमियरशिप एक्सपीरियंस वो भी राइट मिडफील्डर राइट बैक भी खेल सकता है जस्ट लाइक अ काइसेडो तो आई थिंक एक ऑप्शन है बट ही इज फार फ्रॉम काइसेडो तो नॉट अ स्टार्टर इज मोर लाइक अ स्क्वाड प्लेयर इन माय ओपिनियन जो अगेन हाइंडसाइड में सोचो तो देन व्हाई डिडंट वी साइन जकारिया व्हाट डू यू थिंक श्रेय जकारिया अगर हमें टाइलर एडम्स के साथ ही जाना था व्हिच इज गुड आई एम नॉट सेइंग इज बैड एंड आई नो डिफरेंट एलिमेंट लाता है जकारिया लेकिन जकारिया का नहीं लगता थोड़ा हाइट एलिमेंट भी था थोड़ा मतलब स्ट्रेंथ एलिमेंट होता ज्यादा व्हिच वी प्रॉब्ली नीड इन मिडफील्ड
I
एज अ
think
बैकअप
Zakaria could have been a good shout. I really agree with you, Ankit bhai. But अगर लोन पे होता तो I think it would have been a good shout. But अगर Juventus was asking 30 million, तब I think
No,
Tyler
we
Adams
should
makes
have
sense.
negotiated. ऐसे भी I don't think they'll get around 30 million. I think अभी किससे बात चल रही है मोनाको से बात चल रही है क्या उसकी
हाँ उससे
आई
पहले तो
बिलीव सो
रिजेक्ट हो गया था ना वेस्ट हैम ने तो विड्रॉ कर दिया था डील से पहले वेस्ट हैम वर देयर फॉर हिम बट दे हैव गॉन फॉर एडसन एल्वारेज
या एंड एसन अल्वारेज इज नॉट अ बैड वन फॉर वेस्ट हैम लेकिन अगेन यहाँ पर मैं अग्री करता हूँ एसन अल्वारेज और जकारिया वाज सेम लेवल टाइलर एडम्स इज स्लाइटली हायर लेकिन काइसेडो इज नेक्स्ट लेवल as well as
Caicedo is absolutely next level. But again, for me, Ankit bhai, if you're letting Caicedo go on loan to Leicester, you need to go with Tyler Adams and Caicedo, and then we have Enzo Fernandez and Andre Santos. I know many people are saying that Chelsea have very less game, but you can't go with just three or two midfielders. Otherwise, one injury to any one player and the whole campaign can derail. And please, guys watching, do the like and subscribe, and please go to Ankit Bhai's channel. If you still not subscribed, go there and subscribe. I know what you're waiting for. And now, last four head-to-head game between Chelsea have been 0-0. Please don't remind me, bro, because those were torture, especially the last match we had together.
ये फिफ्थ
And
टाइम
don't know
लकी
Chelsea.
हियर फिफ्थ टाइम लकी
This is a very good point, Angel, like Chelsea and Liverpool. As much as we are thinking Liverpool scared, but until Lavia is signed, I think if we are afraid that we might start with a young
रिजेक्टेड क्या
midfield
बात
of Enzo
बिड
Santos,
थर्ड बिड
Liverpool
रिजेक्टेड
are not looking strong.
देखो मतलब आगे आई वुड से अटैकिंग वाइज मतलब पीपल माइट डिसएग्री हियर आई फील ओनली अटैक दे हैव द बेस्ट अटैक इन द प्रीमियर लीग I genuinely believe it. I genuinely believe it. Liverpool have the best attack in the Premier League period. People all mocking, trolling Darwin Núñez. Bhai, if you have seen him, he's exactly what Liverpool needed in that setup. ठीक है. A problem है कि वही you're right. Defensively, Zed is right. That the CDM position is so important. अभी क्या है, अगर CDM में चलो ट्रेंड को खिला दिया फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज नॉट अ CDM और अगर वहां खिला दिया तो राइट बैक में कौन है इवन दे डोंट हैव अ क्वालिटी राइट बैक बैकअप ब्रो वो भी प्रॉब्लम है तो उनको एक मैं बहुत सरप्राइज जो आई नो लिवरपूल आर गोइंग फॉर अ बार बार सेंटर बैक बोल रहे हैं मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही अगेन कोई समझा सकता तो समझाइए मैं ट्राई किया पूरा लॉजिक लगाने के लिए आई फील लिवरपूल नीड अ सीडीएम एंड अ राइट बैक मोर देन अ सेंटर बैक
Exactly.
बिकॉज वर्जिल वैन डाइक इज अ कैप्टन डोंट टेल मी वर्जिल वैन डाइक विल नॉट स्टार्ट एटलीस्ट 30 गेम्स एटलीस्ट इफ इट और कोनाटे इज अ नो ब्रेनर आई नो वो इंजरी प्रोन है लेकिन फिर डू यू मतलब आई नो मार्टिप इज नॉट द आंसर मार्टिप इज नॉट बैड फॉर अ थर्ड चॉइस ब्रो मैं अभी लेता हूँ मार्टिप को थर्ड चॉइस के लिए
Agree. And
Virgil
Ankit
van
bhai,
Dijk starter के लिए
especially.
he's not good enough that's a problem now because of his form but because his captain is going to start
Hmm.
so I agree that two issues are there but it's not the end of the world why because अभी भी मैं सुनने में आ रहा है कि यार Dewsbury Hall from Leicester is what their plan B is. I know बहुत चुआमनी वाले
These
rumors
very
भी आ रहे
hall.
हैं. That too, I don't believe it. Dewsbury Hall is not ideal, but I don't think it's a bad. I think it's कहीं ना कहीं a little bit underrated. I think he could do a job in that midfield. Again, जैसे हमने बात करा था about Zakaria ना, almost that quality level का बोल रहा हूँ. Quality level उस level का
Exactly.
है. So it's not too bad. Lavia again, देखे 45 million. Yes, they've turned down. Maybe they Southampton Liverpool का बहुत अच्छा terms है. They will come back. बट आई फील कि लाविया भी ऐसा नहीं कि इज रेडी गाइस, कम ऑन. मतलब हम इतना हाइप कर रहे हैं साउथहैम्पटन प्लेयर्स को, भाई आर वी फॉरगेटिंग दैट साउथहैम्पटन गॉट रेलीगेटेड.
And given for me, I do agree that Lavia has played well. और मुझे ये लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं ना लिवरपूल के प्रॉब्लम ये है कि they've delayed it a lot. Like now they signed McAllister, Szoboszlai pronunciation is wrong, sorry. So they had two very good signings early on and they made an impact. After that, Liverpool have gone a bit stale, and I fully agree with you because I think as much as Liverpool fans will say, and I hope they understand my point of view here, but I think Jurgen will not take Europa League serious. I'm being very honest as I know Jurgen. He will play some other players in the Europa League and he will go for the Premier League in the kill. And if Liverpool, I know I don't want this to happen as a Chelsea fan, but getting Fabinho, Henderson out and big money they've got. If Liverpool are a club, they will straight away go from away from Lavia straight to Caicedo. If Liverpool really want to compete for the title this season, and I agree with Ankit Bhai, they have the best attacking depth for me in the league and attack. Salah, Gakpo, Jota, Diaz, Nunes, they have everything required in the attack, and they're getting underrated. Robertson, Trent, if they get
ट्रेंड को भी
Caicedo
मैं
in the
अटैकर
team.
मानता हूँ यार, मैं तो अटैकर ही मानता हूँ. ही इज अ ऑसम मतलब डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर. अच्छा बाय द वे, उत्कर्ष का बहुत अच्छा कमेंट है यहाँ पर कि यार दे नीड अस लेफ्ट बैक स्लैश सेंटर बैक. देखो मैं आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट उत्कर्ष व्हाट यू आर सेइंग दैट बिकॉज रॉबर्टसन डजंट. देखो दैट इज द होल पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक. देखिए why do you need Robertson as a left center back? You need Robertson as a left center back tactically. Just सोचिए, because you are making do with Trent in midfield. Trent is not a midfielder, right? He kind of plays एक अलग position. आपका natural position जो average position है उसका is almost midfield anyway. I get that, but his starting role should be looking front. He is a person who distributes the ball. ठीक है, तो आपको चाहिए वो spot starting role should be right back and then move into midfield. He's not a midfielder. That is why I'm saying you don't need your left back to play. Play how Liverpool play the best, and that is how the fullbacks bobbing on. That works for Liverpool. So उनका problem क्या था? What did not work for them, in my opinion, is Henderson, Fabinho both leaving in a window. They didn't expect both to leave. एक को सोचा था, लेकिन it's okay. Let's see.
Fully agreed and taking some chats and big up to Chandan Bhai. Malo Gusto will be important player. Fully agree with that part, and that is something which I believe is going to make us very good this season. Tyler Adams, bro, is a big chance to happen, but again, Chelsea's priority is to be Caicedo. Onana of Everton, and I've been saying for some time, but he's going to cost 50 million, bro. He is going to cost 50 million minimum for Everton. I'd rather go for a 20 million Tyler Adams for a short live, and then next season, if we can't get Caicedo, sadly, if that happens, then I think it's better we go for Tyler Adams than pay 60-50 million for Everton. And remember, season is starting. Everton won't sell him less than 55 million because they will need a replacement. And West Ham have, my God,
Yeah,
30
अभी
million.
भी देखा मैंने. तो
West
looks
Ham
like
bad
West Ham
negotiators.
are getting desperate. अभी आज ये भी सुनने में आया था विवेक that Chalobah to West Ham is also on, लेकिन चेल्सी की ask is at least 40 million, whereas Harry Maguire के लिए I believe they should take it. As much as he's a England international who starts, I think Harry Maguire को West Ham will take him, and under Moyes probably मतलब kind of fits ना Moyes and Maguire. I don't know, वो feeling देता है मुझे. People who get
Fully
this joke,
agree
I don't
with
know.
here. And
Manchester
big up
United
to Keshav
rejects.
bhai.
Sorry, Manchester United fans somehow.
Caicedo ho jayega hopefully, bro. Absolutely. Bissouma. I think he's going to be a big player for you guys. So I don't think you're ever going to sell any player to Chelsea. And because the sports
Actually,
free people do
Brighton
go
का लेकिन
subscribe.
बिसुमा का कमेंट अच्छा लगा मुझे because the fact is ब्राइटन इतना ज़्यादा मांग रहे हैं ना. बिसुमा का सोचो, एक साल में उसका वैल्यू इतना गिर गया, तो I think Chelsea should not even overpay. That's also there.
And Pudin Bhai comes, big up to Pudin Bhai. Liverpool needs Maguire. Liverpool will never take anything from United, bro. Telling you absolutely, they will never buy anything from United. Like to be really honest. And
But
Liverpool,
not only that, Highline bro, Pudin, Maguire and Highline is like मतलब खिड़की से बाहर कूदना.
Bro, please, never, never. That is just absolutely worst thing Chelsea will ever do. I will never give that kit to any player again. What's your opinion, Ankit bhai, on that cursed kit?
देखो लास्ट ईयर तो मैंने बोला था आई डोंट केयर एंड ऑल दैट जब ओबामियांग लिया था, लेकिन अब तो भाई कहीं ना कहीं वाई टेक अ चांस होने नहीं वाला. आई स्टिल डोंट बिलीव इन इट, मैं इतना नहीं हूँ सुपरस्टिशियस, लेकिन समवेयर बैक ऑफ द माइंड यू हैव इट. मतलब इट्स नॉट जो होना ही ऐसा, इट्स लाइक एक बार आ जाता है ना तो कहीं ना कहीं स्ट्राइकर को एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर फील होता है बिकॉज कुछ ना है कुछ ना कुछ है. तो आई वुड से दैट जो केशव बोल रहे हैं, आई वुड कंसिडर डूइंग दैट. नंबर 9 रिटायर कर दो.
And now we have discussed on Chelsea's transfers and a bit on Liverpool match as well. So those three things are over. Now it's time to go to another important one, that is season expectation. Because we all know Chelsea are coming under Pochettino, who's coming back to the league after a long time. We are, I believe, one of the youngest squad in the league. So I know a lot of fans are going that we must compete for the league because last time we were not in any European competition. Conte came in, we won the league. Conte celebrating with the fans, beating West Ham and 13 match win row. But Ankit bhai, this season we know how young this squad is. We are coming after, I believe, 10th finish that we had many years ago was a fake finish. Everyone turned off fat, and we all knew we'll respond. This is different. This was really a deserved finish of what we were. Ankit bhai, what for you will be realistic expectation for the season if we sign Caicedo and if we don't sign Caicedo?
देखो मतलब अगेन अगर आप वापस ट्रांसफर्स पे, जो आपका पहला क्वेश्चन था अबाउट हाउ डू यू रेट योर ट्रांसफर्स, आई फील कि मतलब टू हैव बीन ऑलमोस्ट लाइक यू डिडंट एक्सपेक्ट देम टू कम बट दे हैव कम. एटलीस्ट वन फॉर श्योर, एक्सेल दिसासी, क्योंकि दैट हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ फोफानाज इंजरी, राइट? मे बी, जस्ट मे बी, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग, आई नो बजट अलग है, लेकिन अगर बाय चांस वी वुड हैव हैड सेव दैट मनी, यू नेवर नो, वी वुड हैव इन्वेस्टेड इन अ गोलकीपर बेटर. और रॉबर्ट सैंचेज मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ बुरा है. अब मैं यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा सीजन एक्सपेक्टेशन वो क्लब कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि इफ यू रियली आस्क मी, मैंने क्या रेट किया था, 8 रेट किया था अगर कैसेडो आ भी जाता है. एंड द रीजन वाज बिकॉज वी हैवंट गॉट अ न्यू गोलकीपर हु अपग्रेड्स केपा बिग टाइम इमीडिएटली. और वो जो दिक्कत रहेगी, तो आई वुड स्टिल से सीजन एक्सपेक्टेशन ऐसे नहीं कि भाई जाकर हम फाड़ देंगे, लीग जीत जाएंगे. आई वुड स्टिल से दैट वी वुड टेक अबाउट, आई थिंक टॉप 3 आई वुड हैप्पीली टेक इट. अगर कैसेडो आता है 100% आई विल टेक इट राइट नाउ. अगर आप मुझे देते हो जस्ट अबाउट गेटिंग इन 4th or 5th स्पॉट, बट आप एक ट्रॉफी जीतते हो, आई वुड प्रेफर दैट बिकॉज दिस स्क्वाड इज वेरी यंग. और आई नो कहीं ना कहीं ट्रोल हुए थे आर्सेनल फैंस और आर्सेनल प्लेयर्स रैदर कि कल इतना सेलिब्रेट कर दिया फॉर द community shield, which I genuinely believe it's a glorified charity shield, at least in England, culture perspective. But वो young squad of Arsenal also को help करेगा. Same चीज, एक trophy beat even the Carabao Cup helps. So I would rather expect that we get to the final and this time win an English Cup along with maybe top 4 or top 5. अगर कैसेडो आता है, अगर कैसेडो नहीं आता है, और मुझे नहीं लगता एक प्लान भी है which probably upgrades, then I think I will take about just qualifying for Europe, and that actually is harsh to say, लेकिन वो actually means even the Europa League top 6. क्यों? क्योंकि I am taking consideration last season. I know we don't have European football. Midweek we are free to train with ourselves. लेकिन जैसे आपने खुद बोला यहाँ पर Aston Villa is there, right? There is Newcastle, there is Brighton, there is Brentford, Fulham. तो कंपटीशन बहुत ही ज्यादा है. और आई थिंक लेट्स बी रियल, हैविंग एन एवरेज एज ऑफ अराउंड 20 इतना इजी नहीं होगा. बट आई एम एक्साइटेड फॉर श्योर, क्योंकि काफी यंगस्टर्स और नई चीज देखने को मिल रही है अंडर पॉच बॉल.
फुली एग्री अंकित भाई. एंड मेरी रियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन यही है, मुझे लगता है कि एज मच एज कैसेडो आ भी जाए, फॉर मी दो टीम्स विल रिमेन इन टॉप 2, वो है सिटी आर्सेनल, बिकॉज आई बिलीव दे आर द टू मोस्ट कंप्लीट स्क्वाड. जो कल का मैच भी था वो प्योर टैक्टिकल एंड टेक्निकल मैच था बिटवीन टू वेरी गुड टीम्स जो ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड है. वो टीम्स में हर पोजीशन के 2 प्लेयर्स है एंड द टू टीम्स आर वेरी सेट. आई थिंक उनको 2 को कोई डी थ्रो नहीं करने वाला. They
You
too
think
are
so?
way above the
But don't you
difference.
think कि सिटी रेडी नहीं लग रही थी? Even despite not being ready, they were still dominant in the first half in fact. मुझे तो अभी भी लगता है there is considerable gap. I know, मतलब maybe closer to last season for sure. मैं नहीं बोल रहा नहीं, बट हम भूल रहे हैं ग्रेनिट जाका भी लूज कर रहे हैं आर्सेनल. सो अगेन मतलब इट्स योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस और योर प्रेडिक्शंस. मुझे लगता है दैट आर्सेनल विल बी टेस्टेड a little bit more this time. और लास्ट टाइम दे हैड अ सरप्राइज फैक्टर, क्योंकि आर्सेनल का लोग एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहे थे, इस बार वो नहीं है। इस बार होता है ना, रिमेंबर लैम्पार्ड सेकंड सीजन, है नो पीपल बोलते लैम्पार्ड का क्यों देता है एग्जांपल यार, फर्स्ट स्टिंट ऑफ लैम्पार्ड वाजंट एज बैड एज द सेकंड स्टिंट, लेट्स बी रियल, ठीक है, तो
Yeah.
फर्स्ट स्टिंट में, लेकिन सेकंड ईयर जो था हमने साइनिंग्स की थी, बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपेक्टेशंस हो गए थे, और ऐसा भी नहीं था कि बहुत ही यंग स्क्वाड था उस समय, तो हमने देखा ही क्या हुआ। आई नो वी वेंट ऑन टू विन द चैंपियंस लीग एंड आई नो आर्सेनल कैन गो ऑन टू डू दैट, यस आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट आर्सेनल, बट इन द फ्यूचर, मतलब आई स्टिल बिलीव, फॉर एग्जांपल Kai Havertz कल एक started as number 9, but let's be real, वो sign किया था Arsenal as a midfielder. Has he played week in week out as a midfielder? It's been a long while ना, तो they'll take time, and इसलिए मुझे लगता है, I don't know, I might be wrong, but मुझे लगता है maybe just Manchester United might be the dark horse.
Hmm. I do agree with Ankit bhai. मुझे लगता है top 3 for me are sure, but I believe that City answer will take it. But I believe that as much as I will love Chelsea to be in the top 3, I think even with Caicedo, still Poch will need time with this players in the training
मुश्किल है,
ground,
yes.
getting them to gel. I believe top 3 is going to be very unrealistic for us. And if we do it, well done to Poch, if we really get it. For me, Ankit bhai, I think top 3 is difficult.
मतलब put it this way, if we get Caicedo, I think we should definitely aim a minimum, होता ना, हम minimum top 3 आना ही है। आई नो अभी एंजो पॉच सब बोल रहे हैं वी आर हियर टू विन एटसेट्रा, बट कम ऑन, वो तो बोलेंगे ही, एंड चेल्सी वेज ही स्पीकिंग द राइट थिंग्स, पुट इट दैट वे, लेकिन रियलिस्टिक वही है, लाइक यू सेड, बट वंस काइसेडो कम्स, वंस यू पुट इन money on a person you have been wanting from the last couple of months, मुझे लगता है दैट द एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम द कैंप एंड चेल्सी बोर्ड विल बी लाइक, भाई हम लोग एम तो डेफिनेटली करेंगे मिनिमम टॉप 3, लेकिन वही रियलिस्टिक फिर भी लगता है टॉप 4, बट वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, अगर आप टॉप 3 में नहीं आते हो ना, देन आई वांट अ ट्रॉफी भाई, सिंपल है, सिंपल सी बात
Exactly.
है, लेकिन काइसेडो नहीं आता तब तो मैं यूरोप भी ले लूंगा विदाउट ट्रॉफी वर्स्ट केस में।
एंड अंकित भाई आई फुली एग्री विद दैट, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है इफ काइसेडो कम्स, मैं अंकित भाई की बात से पूरा एग्रीड हूं। 38 गेम्स अ सीजन, आपके पास ट्रेनिंग में टाइम है, जस्ट लाइक आर्सेनल। आपको मिनिमम यू शुड बी एमिंग फॉर टॉप 3। अगर आप इतना भी नहीं कर रहे, देन इज डिसअपॉइंटिंग, बिकॉज यू हैव अ होल वीक टू प्रिपेयर। आपकी पूरी 11 पूरी सीजन फिट रहेगी। दैट्स अ लग्जरी चेल्सी विल हैव। आपके पास गुस्तो भी है रीस की जगह, अब चिलवेल की जगह आपके पास मार्क्सेन है। द एक्सपेक्टेशन हैज टू बी मोर, बट आई बिलीव अभी भी प्रॉब्लम टीम की यही है कि एज मच एज आई एंजॉयड वाचिंग निको जैक्सन, वंडरफुल, but as much as I love to watch him right now, and I think he's a fantastic striker, we cannot take away just pre-season and put it in the Premier League. Premier League is different cattle fish. Going against 6 foot centre back are going to just come at your head and go after you. That's a very different thing. And I don't want to put any pressure on the young guy Nico Jackson saying, oh, I want 20 goals for him. I think we need to be calm with the attackers. We finally have an attacker who can finally cross 10 goals at least this season, whereas we did not have it before. And I think that is something that Chelsea are building. And Nkunku is there. You've still got Chukwuemeka. Sterling has a big reputation to follow this season. Otherwise, massive call needs to be taken. Mudryk is still young. Mudryk is still young. I believe if we can finish top 5 and go for the cups, I think it could be a very good season, Ankit bhai.
एंड आई होप वी गो फॉर द कप्स यार, आई रियली होप, बिकॉज मुझे लगता है लास्ट टाइम, एंड देखो पॉटर वाला जो भी हुआ ना, सब लोग चैट में भी बोलो इफ यू अग्री और नॉट, यस वी गॉट मैन सिटी, कहीं ना कहीं ड्रॉज पे इफेक्ट होता है, बट आई जेन्युइनली बिलीव कि यार बोथ द कप गेम्स ही प्लेड अगेंस्ट सिटी, हॉरिबल मैचेस, दोस्त टू वर हॉरिबल, मतलब मुझे लगता है वी गेव इट अवे, वी वर ऑल होपिंग कि चैंपियंस लीग में वी विल गेट अ बेटर ड्रॉ एंड देन वी गॉट रियल मैड्रिड, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं बीइंग अ न्यू मैनेजर यू हैव टू क्लिंग ऑन टू दैट, स्पेशली जब आप बड़े क्लब में हो, क्योंकि वो एक मौका है दैट यू इट इज पॉसिबल, मतलब प्रीमियर लीग में आपको कितने 38 गेम्स में करना पड़ता है, 38 गेम्स यू नीड टू प्रूव योरसेल्फ, राइट? चैंपियंस लीग में इफ यू आर देयर मे बी अराउंड 10 प्लस, बट इन लीग कप एंड एफए कप इट्स इवन लेसर, so probability becomes more simple as that. Yeah, we speak about cricket. Why do you think it's easier to for a team to beat other team in T20 rather than a longer format? Simple सी बात है. तो I would say that cup competitions are very key for the young squad to go to the next level. कहीं ना कहीं वो personalities पता लगेंगे how we are ready or not. Like for example, Enzo has been termed as one with personality. Reece James obviously has when he plays. Malo Gusto looks like he has. Nicolas Jackson already does. Carney, let's see if he can upgrade himself in terms of the week in week out जो है, कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है we are not ready in terms of number of goals from positions. अब I know pre-season में बहुत
Yeah.
स्कोर किए, बट कार्नी अगर Nkunku खुदा ना खास्ता अगर if he's out for 2-3 months, Carney at number 10 I like him, but I can safely tell you right now वो 2-3 महीने में again I might be wrong, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगता he would anywhere close to get 5 goals plus assists.
Hmm.
I'm not confident about him
Do you
getting
think
goals and
this is the
assists.
reason, like Nkunku's injury, that Chelsea are heavily now trying to get Ulise and play him at the cam position?
या मतलब मुझे क्या लगता है ना, मतलब दैट इज वन ऑफ द थिंग्स, लेकिन अगर व्लाहोविच की बात भी हो रही है, आई फील डोंट बी सरप्राइज्ड. निकोलस जैक्सन हैज प्लेड वाइड एट टाइम्स एज वेल फॉर विलारियल. ही इज नॉट प्लेड ओनली सेंटर फॉरवर्ड. और आप अगर देखियो प्री सीजन, ही समवन हु ड्रिफ्ट्स वाइड. मतलब मुझे बहुत याद दिलाता है ना, निकोलस जैक्सन रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ अ यंग डेम्बाबा और अ लॉय क्रेमी वेरी मच, more them than a Solomon Kalou, because Solomon Kalou was someone who was wideish, who could play centre forward. Solomon Kalou and Andre Schürrle
Hmm.
were such people, but Loic Remy and Dembaba are people who was centre forward, who could play wide pretty well. Or he reminds me of that. So I think rather than Olise, who's also injury prone, and I like him. I'm not saying he's bad. He's nowhere close to bad. 30 million is not a bad price for him, being English as well as Premier League में proven. But injury prone भी है. तो I
Hmm.
would say I would have gone for a Kudus, लेकिन यहाँ पर we won't hijack Brighton because of Caicedo discussions. तो वो थोड़ा सा 4D चेस को ज़्यादा ही हो गया. लेकिन अगेन ब्लाहोविच की बात हो रही है, अगर वो आ जाता है then I can see maybe Jackson, don't be surprised if he plays wide, and maybe आप Mudryk या Sterling को देखो in that cam position. I'm just saying
Cam position.
Poch can do that.
Exactly, and I think Nico Jackson is a player that's very versatile. And Olise for me is a fantastic player. I believe he's one of the best set piece taker in the league, one of the best creative player. But again, then what's the future of Madueke, Gabriel? How many players we have brought? So again, I think Chelsea need to strategize. We cannot have 4 or 5 left footers in the team. There was a time when we were crying why Jose did what he did with Mata, why he did that, and now we have got 5 left footers in the team. I think Chelsea is stockpiling right now.
But that's the thing now. Who is going to start? We have also lost Havertz now. Who's
Hmm.
which left footer will actually start? Because Madueke तो भाई other time injured रहता है. Who's going to start as left footer? Martin is more like a squad player, I see. ठीक है.
Hmm.
Then you have Angelo Gabriel is going to Strasbourg. तो think about it. Actually speaking ना, इसलिए शायद लाहौश के साथ जा रहे, because he brings that left footedness channel running on the right hand side में.
Hmm. And
जो
I think they're
Havertz
also
लाता
going,
था
I
थोड़ा
believe, for
बहुत.
Olise, because I still believe they might not trust Chukwemeka, which will be disappointing for the young kid. But I think the board are still going for Olise for the same reason, for creativity, I believe.
नहीं नहीं, आई एग्री. आप कुडूस के लिए नहीं जा रहे तो ओलिसे इज ऑब्वियस चॉइस, क्योंकि डिबाला इज आल्सो नॉट अवेलेबल. जोसे हैज कंफर्म्ड इट. तो
Hmm.
आई थिंक इट्स एन ऑब्वियस चॉइस. प्राइमरी प्रूवन, गुड एट सेट पीसेस लाइक यू सेड, लेफ्ट फुटर, इंग्लिश, बिन अ चेल्सी बॉय, टिक्स द बॉक्सेस. वो ये मडवेके एंड हिम. अब चांस है जैसे हमारा हुआ था लास्ट सीजन एंड हाफ में, जब रीस जेम्स आउट होता था तो भाई बाकी लोग भी आउट होते थे, फुल बैक्स हमारे. तो वो चीज है कि मडवेके ओलिसे साथ में इंजर्ड हो जाए, which Spurs fans also got that with Bentinker and Bissouma.
Absolutely. And guys, now my comments later, gussa now, I will again start taking comments. And please, I request you all to like the video. It really helps a lot. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And please go to Ankit Bhai's channel, both the channel in the link, and do subscribe to Almighty Blues FC and Almighty Sports Plus. So, Pudin Bhai here, with we have to sign Palin in winter if Caicedo does not happen. But bro, he's gonna cost 80 million for the player that's only have 3 good years left in him. Pudin bro, rather if Chelsea want to sign Palinia, paid the extra 10 for Caicedo. The guy has 7-8 years ahead of him as a player. What do you think,
और
Ankit Bhai?
साइड
Will
में
you?
डू द मेडिकल लेटर लाइक Nkunku. क्योंकि अभी फ्रैक्चर्ड है शायद हाथ उसका, अभी कम में आ जाएगा.
Hmm. थोड़ा overpay करना पड़ेगा. Absolutely for Palinia, Chelsea will have to overpay. Bro, just top 5 without trophy. Bro, top 5 just without trophy. I'm happy because young squad है and CDM अच्छे आते हैं तो FA Cup भी भाई. Absolutely, I think it's a young
सेम
squad.
सेम.
If we can see good football, if we can see development, I'll take it. Just like Arsenal had 2 years back, they finished fifth. There was a progress, and then last year what followed was
नहीं वो ठीक है,
absolutely.
बट विद ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट या आर्सेनल हिंदी यार, एंड मैं ये नहीं चाहूंगा कि हम आर्सेनल के फुटस्टेप्स में चलना चाहे. वो जरूर से मैं बोलूंगा क्या भी है. देखो, आई लव फुटबॉल, आई लव ईपीएल एब्सोल्युटली, एंड आर्सेनल बिग रेस्पेक्ट. लेकिन आई रियली डोंट वांट दैट वी शुड हैव दैट ब्लूप्रिंट, because till now they haven't won anything. Let's be clear about that.
And Brighton spread their propaganda like a fascist government, saying that Caicedo is injured. That's smart work. Brighton are one of the most smartest club. And see, I am not hating a club, but I want next season coming up. We have to go with Brighton, beat them 6-0. Cucurella goes there like Adebayor, celebrates in front of them. That is the thing I'm waiting for. I want that to happen.
अरे भाई श्रेय, high hopes man, that's not going to happen, let me tell you. Knowing him. बट ठीक है
No, they booed
भाई.
him. Like,
कुकुरिया मैन, सीरियसली मैन, मतलब डोंट इवन गेट मी स्टार्टेड. टू मच मैन, मतलब भाई साहब. मैं सोचा कि यार बढ़िया खेल रहा है प्री सीजन में, जैसे ही बोला ना, मैं याद है वॉच अराउंड कर रहा था ना, जैसे ही बोला एक बॉल आई एंड व्हाट्स हिज नेम, अपना न्यूकासल वाला, क्या नाम है भाई अपना विंग,
Almiron.
एल्मिरन. हाँ एल्मिरॉन. तो एल्मिरॉन जो है ना, एक कट किया, बॉल आई.
Ah,
बॉल द बॉल इज गोइंग बिहाइंड, कुकरे इज गोइंग फ्रंट, की वेरी लेफ्ट. प्लीज प्लीज जाइए, आप अपना रास्ता नापिए.
that was childish. Ankit bhai, like,
तो
sadly, because as much as I want to back the player, but when you pay 60 million, sadly we have to back him. And I'll back any Chelsea player 10 million, 5 million, but sadly this season Cucurella will have to stay and Luis Hall is going on loan. But Chelsea will have to take a call next year. Luis
see,
Hall
that
is
is
much
why I
better.
see Madsen staying, because अगर worst case में he मतलब Hago fights in 1 or 2 matches, we might have to go with Madsen as a backup for the season. और हम we have to take the L, जैसे हमने केपा के लिए लिया ही यार 3 साल से. Let's be real, he's not Chelsea level. Let's be real, as
And
much as
fully
he's
agreed.
improved.
And Hakim Ziyech pick update. I believe he's just training with the reserves now. Chelsea want to let him go, but the injury on his foot has cancelled his move to Saudi, and he doesn't want to take a wage cut. So problem for
नहीं
Chelsea.
आएगी सऊदी की, कोई आएगी जैद. आई थिंक सऊदी डेफिनेटली विल कम. स्टिल 7th of August वी आर इन 100% सऊदी जा रहा है. आई एम रियली शॉक्ड दैट दे नॉट कमिंग, बिकॉज कल्चरली जैसे रियाद महाराज के लिए इट्स अ फिट, फॉर बेंजेमा इट्स अ फिट, फॉर माने इट्स अ फिट सऊदी, यू नो. आई एम टॉकिंग कल्चरली हियर. आई थिंक जियश इज डेफिनेटली अ फिट वहां पर. तो आई डोंट सी एनी इश्यूज, और ही इज क्वालिटी. भाई देखो, जियश हैज गॉट अ लॉट ऑफ slack, but I actually feel that he, when he plays na, there are a lot of games where you see that wow, this guy is a really a player. पता नहीं, I might be the odd one out, लेकिन वो rare आता है, बस वही problem है.
No, he is talent, Range bhai, but just sadly, something for him is just not clicked. And I believe his pace is not the one that suits the Premier League. That's only been the disappointment.
और Chelsea hasn't played his way. So for me, Ziyech is a wideish, I know big words, लेकिन wideish Ozil, who actually sees a pass. And Chelsea में कौन वो anticipate ही नहीं कर रहा था last 2 साल से pass को.
I agree with that one, Ankit bhai. And big up to Sports Freak. Do subscribe to Sports Freak. Ankit bhai, your views on a defeat 5-3 against Arsenal. Ankit bhai, on Arsenal, what do you made about that Barca defeat to Arsenal?
नहीं मतलब it's okay man, Arsenal did very well. I don't think it'll be fair for me to really compare the two on the night, क्योंकि बारसा का वो फर्स्ट प्री सीजन मैच था, एटलीस्ट फॉर द लास्ट मंथ. तो क्योंकि यूवेंटस वाला मैच वाज कैंसिल्ड, सो आई डोंट थिंक इट्स फेयर टू judge, because Arsenal were already into what fourth match of pre-season and Barca was the first match. So I think it was expected that there will be mistakes in the match, and obviously the first teams did not start as such, who were ready as well. So Arsenal did well, but Arsenal ka generally I would say mixed try pre-season. I don't think it's been so great. लेकिन they have definitely improved. वो भी है.
Absolutely, Ankit bhai. And Enzo or Rice, Ankit bhai, who will you have in your team?
Come on, Arsenal in the. I wanted both of them to play together. Let me tell you honestly, I'm not going to sit on the fence. Neither I'm going to say that कि नहीं भाई Chelsea bias and all that. लेकिन अगर आप बोलो कि who is the better package in the Premier League right now, obviously Declan Rice. ठीक है, Declan Rice is the answer. But who do you see having a higher ceiling as a footballing brain? Obviously Enzo Fernandez. So
Enzo
there's a
Fernandez.
different ways that you see. So Enzo Fernandez, मुझे लगता है that we need to unleash him even more. I think these are two different players. Both need to play together. They would have complemented each other beautifully, in my opinion. Rice is a proper CDM. Period. ठीक है. Enzo is someone who is more like a number 6/8, almost who could also play number 10. Don't be surprised. I would say कि जैसे मैंने बोला था पहले में, Enzo reminds me of Cesc Fabregas the most that has ever I've seen in the Premier League in the
Exactly.
last 5 years, and that includes all the
And
teams, by the way.
And again, last year, even in our disastrous campaign, the guy was averaging like 6 long balls per game. That is insane. The guy is not a CDM.
He's not. He's मतलब almost आप बोल सकते हो जैसे टोनाली आया है ना न्यूकासल. अब न्यूकासल एक्सपेक्ट फैंस में भी एक्सपेक्टिंग ही माइट बी दैट. लेकिन अगेन हैविंग फॉलोड एसी मिलान एज वेल, टोनाली एक्चुअली इफ यू मतलब दिस माइट बी अनपॉपुलर, टोनाली का वर्क रेट इज बेटर देन एंजो, बट एंजो's distribution is better than tonali. But that you can still compare. Enzo Rice would not be a great comparison. But Arsenal Hindi, you exactly know. I'm guessing that you know what Cesc Fabregas was all about.
And agreed with Utkarsh bhai here. आप इस बार top 4 आ जाओगे bro. घी शक्कर अगर ये हुआ तो bro hopefully we end the top 4 playing Champions League. I don't know why but I think Manchester United defense का problem है. Varane is injury prone. मेरे को ये भी लगता है अंगे भाई, क्या आपको लगता है कि ओनरशिप के जो इश्यूज है वो कैंपेन में कहीं ना कहीं टॉक्सिसिटी ना पा दे मिडल में ऑफ द कैंपेन?
मोर देन ओनरशिप एक्सेट्रा, मतलब आई फील कि अभी कहीं ना कहीं क्लैरिटी आ गई है विद डायरेक्टर्स इन प्लेस. आई डोंट सी दैट इज अ मेजर इशू. आई थिंक एक इशू था विच आई बिलीव वी आर गेटिंग रिड ऑफ, वन पर्सन इज लीविंग. रिमेंबर वो एक गार्डनिंग लीव पर है अपना. लेकिन आई थिंक ओवरऑल आई एम हैप्पी एज सच. लेकिन मुझे लगता है व्हाट आई एम रियली स्केयर्ड अबाउट, मुझे थैंक्स अगेन, बिग अप टू यू एवरीवन हियर एज वेल. अगेन भाई जो भी लोग यहाँ सब्सक्राइब नहीं करिए, बट आई थिंक क्राउड, Stamford Bridge faithful, 2, 3, 4 back-to-back losses, meltdown will start. We know, yaar, social media of Chelsea, and we know Stamford Bridge because it's very close to the ground. How will they react in matches? वो थोड़ा है tension. I'm not going to lie, because it's Poch
Agree.
in the dugout. As much as we have been impressed with Poch, and I know you want to back him, I know different था in Benitez start, but वो फिर भी लिवरपूल से आ रहा था, ये बंदा स्पर्स से आ रहा है, और बैटल ऑफ ब्रिज में ही वाज द ऑपोजिशन मैनेजर, जो हमने बात भी की थी श्रेय, रिमेंबर माय चैनल, वी डिस्कस दैट. सो आई फील दैट, इसलिए मैं आई वाज लिटिल बिट हेजिटेंट टुवर्ड्स गेटिंग पॉच इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस, बिकॉज आई फील कि द मोमेंट थिंग्स गो बैड ना, you need a leadership group there. And is there a leadership in Chelsea? No, I don't see that.
Agree with Ankit bhai here.
That might be a problem.
And there's a big chance that Chelsea and Tottenham might even play each other in the Carabao Cup first round. Nobody knows that. If I know the FA, if I know the English Premier League and football history, do not be surprised Chelsea and Tottenham are playing each other in the first round of the Carabao Cup. Poch going to Tottenham away, and okay, but that will be massive, to be honest.
Crazy. Was it Lampard season where we got Tottenham in the first round, Werner scored and we were out in penalties? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
वही था ना, Emerson conceded a
I
goal.
believe it was Mason who missed the penalty.
Correct. लेकिन या मैन, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं पोस्टेकोग्लू, स्पर्स फैंस भी यार, इफ एनी, मस्ट बी थिंकिंग द सेम थिंग दैट, इफ एनी मजाक था यार बाय द वे. लेकिन द आइडिया इज, देखो, टीम्स व्हिच हैव नॉट डन वेल इन द रीसेंट कपल ऑफ इयर्स वुड वांट टू गेट सम कॉन्फिडेंस फ्रॉम कप कॉम्पिटिशंस, और दैट वाज माय पॉइंट. लेकिन यार फ्रेंडली गेम में तो कहे तो बोले यार, मतलब टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई डोंट, इफ देयर इज अ मैच आई डिडंट इवन नो दैट बार्सिलोना टॉटनहम, आई मिस्ड इट मे बी. लेकिन मुझे लगता है दैट अगर बार्सिलोना टॉटनहम है, आई कैन नॉट सी बोथ द टीम्स प्लेइंग द फर्स्ट टीम्स. वीकेंड में भाई मैच दोनों का, दे विल नॉट प्ले द फर्स्ट टीम्स.
Fully agree. I think two times when Chelsea came up against Real Madrid. For last year, I won't agree, bro. I think this year, the season is gone. Real outplayed us. We were awful. Like, we cannot lie. We were awful. But 21-22, I don't know what happened that day. We had 50 shots to Real Madrid's 18. We should have been playing Manchester City. And Ankit bhai, I think even you will agree. I think the way we were playing this match and the two matches, I believe we would have beaten Manchester City.
नहीं, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं पीपल और रियल मैड्रिड फैंस स्पेशली माइट डिसएग्री, एंड आई नो दैट यू आर द किंग्स ऑफ यूरोप. आई एम नॉट डिनाई दैट एब्सोल्युटली, विद ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू माय क्लब एसी मिलान एज वेल एज टू सम एक्सटेंट बार्सिलोना, अमंग बायर्न म्यूनिख एज वेल. लेकिन मैं बोलूंगा दैट वी एक्चुअली, एंड आई मीन इट वेरी न्यूट्रली एज वेल, आई एक्चुअली फील कि वी डिजर्व्ड टू गो थ्रू. Playing that way in the Santiago Bernabeu and the way Werner has played, it might be a big statement. It's one of the best performances that I've seen at the Champions League in the last decade. That's how good Werner played उस रात को. और मैं generally Werner को देता नहीं था कभी भी इतना praise. Shane knows exactly what I'm saying. ठीक है, तो we deserved it, but ठीक है, that's football for you ना. हम तो 2009 में भी deserve करते थे, क्या हुआ? We all know what happened now. 2005 में भी करते थे, ghost goal आ गया कहीं से.
And Manchester, when you reminded, it even made me cry again, because I remember I did not forget the defeat for like 2 weeks. Like, I wanted to hit my head on the wall. How did we really like miss that chance? But that is a part of football. I hope we have taken every chat, and if we have not, I apologize. This final part of the video before we end quickly. And coming on to the prediction, Ankit bhai, like if you have to make an early prediction of Chelsea, I'll ask you two ways: with Caicedo, without Caicedo. What will be your realistic Chelsea prediction?
देखो, वही एक्सपेक्टेशन मेरा है कि टॉप 3 विद काइसेडो, और वो स्लैश टॉप 4 टॉप 5 विद अ ट्रॉफी. ठीक है, बट रियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन विद काइसेडो इज गेटिंग अ टॉप 5 स्पॉट. दैट इज अ रियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन. मतलब कप वाला चीज टू एक्सपेक्ट इज वेरी अनफेयर ऑन द यंग चेल्सी स्क्वाड. ठीक है, बिकॉज वो सेम कप कॉम्पिटिशन में मैन सिटी भी है, आर्सेनल भी है, लिवरपूल भी है, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड भी है, न्यूकासल भी है, एवरीवन इज देयर, राइट? सो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू से दैट आई एक्सपेक्ट दैट. और विदाउट Caicedo, I would say that, like I said, वो सेम रहता है. What I said in expectation also. I think without Caicedo also, yes, we are very young. Yes, we are very inexperienced. लेकिन with Poch being there and the ball we are playing right now, I feel कि we can surprise a few teams. और मुझे लगता है top 6 is very doable and it's something that I would predict as well as expect. Which again gives us a minimum of Europa League / Champions League either ways, na? Which is a progress, but am I very excited about it? No. Am I excited about the football? Absolutely yes.
Absolutely agree, Ankit bhai. And I believe for me the same. For me, see, being very honest, I think even with Caicedo, my realistic expectation is a top 5 finish. Without Caicedo, even I will put the pressure on Poch. Even being a person that wanted Poch will say he needs to be top 6. Like for me, if Tottenham are losing Harry Kane, you cannot finish behind Tottenham. With all respect to Tottenham, you cannot finish behind them. And if Brighton keep Caicedo, I believe is a different thing. But Brighton will be struggling with the Europa League. I believe we
Oh
need to be
yes.
top 6 minimum. But Newcastle right now on paper, I will say they're a better team than us. I know it's hard, tough to say, but they have goal scorers, midfield, defense,
It's difficult
goalkeeper.
to beat them. मतलब I cannot see Newcastle getting a lot of defeats. They can go a lot
Hmm.
of draws though. वो एक चीज है.
Exactly. And I think Caicedo can help us solving that. I think for Newcastle, I know people are saying they're in the Champions League, but I believe they will be knocked out early. They will have a lot of time to work on the training ground on Premier League. They won't go far in the cups, and Eddie Howe will again go for the top 5, top 4. You have United who are right now more refined squad than us. You have Liverpool. If they add Lavia, they're still strong. Their attack is better than us. Arsenal, City. I believe Poch can do miracle, but I believe we also need to be realistic. Top 5 can be a very fine season. And I don't know what's the rule right now in the Premier League. Are top 5 going to get the Champions League, or is
They
it
will.
going to
They
be with
will.
the coefficient?
Coefficient है, but as of now, that is what has been told that they will. So, but again, why take a chance? मतलब I don't know. मतलब knowing FIFA and UEFA things can change, but I don't think वो change करेंगे वापस. Top 5 will get into Champions League.
Really, I was sad because Ankit, I thought if I knew if coefficient was there, we will be 100% getting there because I believe we are one of the best English teams right now with City in terms of
Yeah,
the
yeah. So
coefficient we have.
there is definitely a case of us being in the top 5 in Champions League. I think we'll get there यार. मतलब देखो मतलब again Newcastle का interesting बोला. I just realized that I don't mind Newcastle getting out of the Champions League, but they should go to Europa League. वो interesting रहेगा. Maybe a couple of teams drop down to the Europa League and then give Liverpool a fight कहीं ना कहीं. Because if they take Thursday football seriously, then we might have a chance for top 4 as well. Who knows?
Agree with Ankit Bhai and taking final chat before we end. Big up to Putin Bhai. Absolutely, bro. Timo Werner played his best game that day. RLC at right wing back. Thomas Tuchel masterclass. Same Manchester City fan when you lose like that. Same with Chelsea. It pains a lot. And you cannot even ask a Chelsea fan. We have had more pain than you losing to United on penalties. Then the Barcelona one. Then the 2011 12 penalty one, missing the first one, the heart rate and everything. Chelsea has put his fans on a ride in the Champions League, Ankit Bhai.
नहीं, I remember those years. I cannot forget. मतलब 2000 and for people out there, I actually watched the live match between Chelsea and Monaco as well, which we should have actually beaten back in 2004. For me, it's been a painstaking ride from 2004 in Champions League to right to 2011. Those 7 years have been 7 to 8 years have been very difficult up until we won the Champions League. लेकिन ठीक है, Man City got that pain the last few years. PSG are getting that pain right now. Let's see if they can do a Man City and Chelsea. Let's see.
Absolutely, Ankit Bhai. Please, people who are watching, do hit the like and subscribe. It really helps the channel a lot. And please go to Ankit Bhai's channel, both channel, Almighty Sports Plus, Almighty Blues FC, in the link in the description. And please subscribe. Thank you everyone who has joined. Hopefully nobody's angry. Chat, we have tried to take every one of your chat and make your day. Please, people, hopefully you all have a great day. Up the Blues. I'm very positive for the season. Score prediction for quickly. I'm going with Barcelona 2 and Tottenham 2. Ankit Bhai, what are you going with?
सॉरी मुझे हंसी आ रही है भाई. जैस्पर कप तो ऐसे बोल रहे हो जैसे कि भाई चैंपियंस लीग का बाप आया कहीं से. नहीं लेकिन ठीक है मतलब आई हैव टू गो विद बार्सिलोना ब्रो. आई हैव टू गो विद बार्सिलोना करके लिए. और अगेन इट माइट बी द सेकंड टीम, सो आई थिंक स्क्वाड ऑफ बार्सिलोना इज लिटिल बिट स्ट्रॉन्गर देन टॉटनहम, राइट? तो गोइंग विद देम.
Big up everyone. Thank you so much, Ankit Bhai, to join. Big up everyone. Do go and watch Almighty Blues FC, Almighty Sports Plus, and do like and subscribe to the video. Thank you. Good night, and hopefully everyone has a great day. Thank you.